Jesus.
Yeah, what I find interesting about that is all of the scholars agree with you. Even Bart Ehrman has got a whole chapter in his book about this, and the fact is he agrees with that, and he quotes it, okay? And the fact is that this is within 24 months, okay? And he says it's actually earlier. It might go right straight back to Jerusalem. Now, what's the significance of that?
Yeah, he says almost all these little snippets that are in Paul being the earliest writer, all these little tiny snippets, and by the way, in the Greek, they read in the Greek like da 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 da, so they stick out like a sore thumb in the text. Critics agree to where these major ones are located. And so Paul writes them, and Bart Ehrman says, everyone he put in his epistles could have originated in Jerusalem, and they may have been before he took his famous journey to Damascus. Now, the key there is that Rudolf Bultmann, who was more skeptical than Bart Ehrman, but he's decades before that, 30s, 40s, 50s of the last century, and Bultmann says, well, yeah, we've got these early creeds, and this stuff is reported in the earliest church, Bultmann says. Well, he couldn't live with that because he didn't think we had much of an historical basis for Jesus. He said you can know almost nothing about the historical Jesus. And so what does he do with these facts that you can know? He said, well, they were imported from Hellenism. Christians heard those things and brought them over from Greek thought. If it starts in Jerusalem with the apostles, with the apostolic testimony, Paul's there just 3 years later, talks to Peter and James. That ties this up. You may not believe Jesus has been raised from the dead, but the fact that Paul interviewed people who saw him during that famous, according to Luke, 40-day period after the cross, Paul's sitting there interviewing these guys, and Bart Ehrman lists the crucifixion and Paul's interview with those two men, and then later he comes back and John is there. So the big four, Paul, Peter, James the brother of Jesus, and John, he lists those two events, crucifixion and Paul's meetings, as the most important singular historical pieces of data about the historical Jesus.